So hi, One League of Noise podcast. I'm Shane,
I'm Glory.
and we're here with,
Joe from Ded. What's up, guys?
and we're gonna ask him some questions today about their new album, School of Thought. So congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about the response to it so far?
Really good, man. It's awesome. It's always exciting to release new stuff, and it seems like people dig it. And I love releasing music and art, so I don't even care if people like it. Actually, I just, I just like,
You're just happy
you know
it's
what I
out
mean?
there.
Exactly.
I love this album so much. I'm a fan of you guys. I saw you guys with Motionless in White in this moment in 2019. And I fell in love with you guys. So when you guys finally announced the album, I was like, holy shit, it's coming out. And it's like the only thing that's been on loop since it came out.
I really appreciate that very much, though, man. Yeah, I don't mean to say I don't care if people like it. Maybe that's a defense mechanism thing. You know what I'm saying? But first and foremost, I just love it. But it is amazing, when people love the music. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I also did enjoy the album. Shane is a much bigger fan than me. He loves you guys.
Oh, well, that's killer, man. Appreciate you guys.
Mm-hmm. So is there any meaning behind the album name or cover art?
Behind the cover art?
Yeah, and the album name.
And the album name. Well, actually, we tried a bunch of different things with the name, and it felt like, the School of Thought thing, and it felt like it landed a little too much, like right on the nose. So we ended up just kind of going with a bit more of like a classic kind of vibe, like we were thinking of like AC/DC and Metallica, I guess, in a way. And we just wanted to give it like a nice classic bold. We got that new logo going on, and so we went for that. Just right, nice and framed up, and just like, could have come out in the 80s or the 70s or the 90s or whatever it is, and so that was what we were trying to go for, a little bit more of like a timeless kind of vibe. So.
Okay. That's good. Is there any meaning behind that title, School of Thought?
Yeah. I mean, if you look it up, the definition of it, and I don't have the exact definition, but it's like a like-minded type of communal idea, people that share the same share the same thoughts. And I think that's what happens with music. When you listen to a band, when you're a big supporter of a band, oftentimes the lyrics resonate with you and speak for you, and speak to your identity, and speak to your ethics and your way of life. And so that's a big part of Ded. I think the lyrics, and that's a big part of any band. The lyrics are kind of the ethos of the band, and we felt like School of Thought worked really well with that. And there's a lot of diversity in all of it, but it all comes together to make like a general idea, a general way of life, which is a way of, for me, being an individual and thinking for yourself, and that's what Ded's all about.
Okay.
Perfect.
So can you tell us a little about your writing process for this album?
Oh yeah. Wow. Nothing happened kind of the same way. Certain songs were written at home. Certain ones were written in the studio. I wrote guitar for a couple of the songs, which I don't think I did on the first album. And so, yeah, there was really no set path for it. It was different for every song. But we did a lot of it was pieced together. We did it out at the Hideout in Las Vegas in Nevada with Kevin Churko. And a lot of it was it was all put together out there in the studio. But some of it was written first, and then, we put it together. I don't know, it was all pieced together, and, but a lot of it, I was given the music, whether it be from, the guys in the band, or we had a couple of dudes, Curtis and Rob were in there, like working with Kevin as well, writing as well. Kevin wrote some stuff. So it was like a nice mix, but then ultimately I would always get the music, and I would always write the lyrics and vocals to it. And that's just usually the way it always goes, that kind of thing. So, yeah, I don't know if that was the exact question, but that's,
that is.
That
was perfect.
When did you guys finish recording this album?
Oh my God. I think it's so hard because of the way the last year was. I think it was 19 in like December of 2019.
Oh.
So like pretty much 2020, the beginning, you'd say probably the beginning of 2020. So, a year and a half ago, I guess, something
Okay.
like that. Yeah.
And if it wasn't for the pandemic, would you guys would have dropped it like in 2020, or was it always the plan to drop it in 2021?
It would have been in 2020. It would have been, I think, in April or May.
God damn.
So over a year ago.
Okay.
Yep. Because we released a couple singles at that time, right before the pandemic in March, I think, right around my birthday. And we were planning on doing this tour we're on right now. The In Between tour was going to happen in April and May, I think. So the album's going to come out then, in the middle of that tour, and it came out in the middle of this tour now. So yeah.
All right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since you guys sat on this album for almost 2 years, do you still like resonate with the songs and kind of the lyrical content that you wrote, or do you like feel a disconnect from it since it's been so long?
That's a great question. I really do still feel connected with it, especially lyrically. That's something that doesn't change as far as the meaning behind the lyrics. I definitely always try to write from a place of no mind, a place from my soul, if I can possibly. And that doesn't really change much. So the only thing, sonically, you're a little more excited when you first get it back, you're jamming it, whatever. But, I took a step away from it during the pandemic. I listened to a lot of other music. I didn't just, I kind of stepped away. So then I came back to this album, and it was a little scary, because I was like, oh, I hope I still like it. You know what I mean? 'Cause I really stepped away, like months and months and months. I didn't listen to it. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And I came back, and I was like, yes, I still love it. Thank God.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah. And the cool thing about it is, it was recorded. It sounds cool, all that. But coming out and playing the songs live, that is completely brand new. So that is not old in any sense. You know what I mean? For us, it feels so amazing to play the songs live. And when we came back to getting into tour again, I was like, man, I hope I can still sing. I hope I can still scream. And I hope that I can do it for 2 months straight, tour. And luckily it's worked out really well. And my voice has stayed with me. And, the guys practiced a lot while we were in, when we could. So anyway, yeah, long question, but, or long answer, but, yeah, still fully love it. And, so happy that it's out. It's exciting.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Do you think because you guys haven't toured in a while, and this is kind of like your first tour in a good bit of time because of the pandemic, do you think it was easy to get back into the rhythm of it, or was it kind of difficult to get back into the motion?
Yeah, I think mentally, which is a thing in life a lot. I think mentally it was the anxiety, the thought of it was a little more daunting than actually doing it, which I think is a lot of things in life, actually. So we got back into it, and it went so smooth. Like the first couple practices, we're like, oh, we suck. We should. we're no good. This is trash. And then after a week or two, I felt like, I remember kind of mentioning, oh, do I feel like I can sing? And the guys were like, yeah, I feel like I can. Whatever. We all felt like we felt good. So yeah, it came back. They say it's like riding a bike or whatever. So it's like, yeah, it just came back to you, And then after playing some shows, we felt like the first week, we felt like we were, getting used to it. And then after about the first week or two, we felt like, all right, cool, we got this. We're right there. And then now, after it's been about a month and a half, like we're just locked in. Just feel like we're just crushing it now. So,
hell yeah,
that's good.
Very happy to hear that.
Yeah,
so I want you to tell us your favorite lyric off this record and the meaning behind it.
Oh, wow. My favorite lyric and the meaning behind it is I'm just getting like a wash of rushes of lyrics. They're all super important to me. And they all have different meanings. A lot of different subjects on the album. So it's hard to pick, but I guess if you have to say what the most important one to me, like right now in this moment, I mean, we'll just do that, whatever this is. It would probably be from the song My Blood, which is about my family and friends. And it's a song about all the people that have been there and continue to be there for me in my life, and that have made me who I am and made me, all those things. And I mean, just the lyric is, "This is for my family." I don't think there's anything more important than that. Ultimately, all the other stuff that I'm mad at, all the other stuff that I'm yelling about, whether it be stop making stupid people famous or whatever it is, at the end of the day, what's most important to you is that love and that kinship, and that energy that you share with the people that, make you who you are. And so that would be it. I mean, that's a simple lyric to say, but "This is for my family" is, I know a lot of people, having people behind you makes you get up in the morning sometimes. It makes me get on stage sometimes, when you're having a bad day or whatever it is. You get that phone call, that text, or even just having a thought of your friends or your family, or the people you work with that believe in you. There's just nothing more. I think that's what life is, so that's got to be it. There's nothing bigger than that.
All right.
That was very good. I like that a lot.
So what song on the album took longest to write, and which one is your personal favorite?
Oh shit! So they're like our kids. How do you pick your favorite, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The longest one to write, I think Mannequin Idol got revised a lot of times. There was like a totally different riff in that one. The verses changed. I think that one, I would say, would be the one that took the longest. It went through a lot of different incarnations or whatever, a lot of different structures in that one, with different riffs and different things. I think that would be the one. And then my favorite song, like right now, I don't know. I love "Kill Beautiful Things," which is awesome. That's the single right now. I love that song. It's very different for us, and that was exciting to write that song. I'm very proud of that one. And I really love our song "Parasite." That one's just a banger on there.
So
That's
good.
a banger. Yeah.
Thanks. And we play that one live, and it's been feeling so good playing that live. Like when we were writing that, I was like, I can't wait to play this live. And and we have it. So that's probably, right now it's probably one of my favorites.
All right. Since you brought up Mannequin Idol, I have to ask, and this question might make me seem a little crazy. That's completely okay. Yeah. When you guys first put out the single, was it a slightly different mix? Because I swear something changed over like a couple of days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that you? Well, no. Hold on. No, I was just acknowledging what you said. But was that you that wrote? Did you write me that on Instagram, or someone else wrote me that?
It must have been someone else. It could have been me. That was so long ago.
Okay, because someone else mentioned that maybe a month ago. And as far as I know, it should be the same exact things. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, because there was something off about it. Something had changed when I was listening to it over the course of a couple of days, and since you were in front of me, I had to ask.
Yeah, no, that's funny. I've heard that, and I heard that a couple times with people. And maybe I thought it changed when I heard it too. I don't know. No, not to my knowledge though. Okay. Hopefully it sounds better than it did.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten used to it. It just like took me off guard the first time. So maybe I am just crazy.
Well, if you think about it, like the song gets sent, from the studio to this person, that person. There's like all these mixes out there. Who maybe a different one got sent in initially, and then on the album there was a different one, or who knows what happened. But
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
Knowledge.
All right.
That's fair. So how did the track list for this album come about? Did you write the opener to be an opener, closer to be closer? Did you kind of shuffle around? Can you tell us the process about that?
That was something when I did come back to the album, like we were talking about, when I stepped away and I came back, that I started putting it together. And I wanted to do that with fresh ears. So it's not like a concept type of thing. We just try to write good songs, individually. And then we put it together to make it flow. We didn't want to put all the super heavy stuff right in the front to be like, check it out. We're a heavy band, that whole thing. We let a lot more influences in on this album, and we didn't want to hide that. We didn't want to we wanted to go in full force and be like, yo, this is what we wrote. This is our album, not like hey guys, you know, we tried some new stuff. Like, we're gonna just tuck it in the back, and hopefully you guys hear it. You know, like we weren't worried about that. You know, and we've gotten, you know, from our diehards some mixed reviews on some of it because, you know, there's different vibes happening. And, but we didn't want to put out the same album that we put out on our first album, you know, which we're still proud of, and we still play all those songs. It's still us. So, but it's awesome too, because there's new people that are hearing our stuff, you know, the new stuff, and they love it, and they wouldn't have liked us before. So, you know, that's why, you know, I say, you know, I hope everybody likes it, but if they don't, that's okay. You know, like, and we're going to write another album after this too. So, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't even think, I don't worry about that too much, but, you asked me about the track order. I've gone to the next, you know, to the next state now.
You're good.
The track order, we just tried to just vibe it, and it felt good the way it was. And, it feels like it's got a cool journey on it. And, it just made us happy. You know what I mean? That was it. That's, if it makes us happy, it makes us feel good. Then it's, you know, then it's us. And that's, you want to give people you.
Oh yeah.
I might have misunderstood what you said, but did you say that you're in the process of writing another album right now?
Yeah. I mean, you know, over all that time, like, we're just chilling, you know, we're writing all kinds of music. Yeah, we probably have, you know, I don't know, maybe 10 songs just demoed out. But we have that, you know, we have a lot of songs. So even on this album, there's probably like 10 songs that didn't make this album too, you know. So like, we write a lot. Yeah, so yeah, for right now, yeah, we probably have about 10 songs like demoed out and stuff like that. And you know, we'll see, because we probably won't go back in the studio until, I don't know, you know, however long we just released this. But next year, hopefully end of next year, I would like, I don't want to wait as long as we did on the first one.
Yeah.
So of course, right? But yeah, so always writing, always creating, you know, all that stuff. So yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
So where was your headspace at while you were writing this album?
Again, it was a while ago now. It's hard to really fully, you know, say where I was at. And I also try not to write with my thinking mind. It's hard to really say how that is, but it's like when in like psychology, where they ask you to just write and not think, you know, with a pen, and that's how you get stuff out of yourself. You know what I'm saying? I do that by just singing, with no idea of what I'm going to sing, you know, and just whatever words innately come out of my mouth. I usually try to just kind of flow with whatever's, and that's like, because the thinking mind gets in the way of your soul, I think, a lot of times. You know, it's got worry and fear and, you know, happiness and all those emotions and stuff, you know, and then there's like, it's got to go through all that shit that you've gone through in your life and stuff. Like, I think from your soul, it's just straight up. There's no overthinking it or second guessing it, you know, so you just write from there. And so whatever's on this album is just, you know, where I was at that time. You know, the first album, I was really pissed off at the world and the, you know, and the human race in general, kind of, and I was writing from that place. But I didn't mean to do that. I didn't set out to do that. I didn't go, I'm gonna write an album about being a misanthrope or whatever, you know, like that. That wasn't a thought. That was just like what I did. And the same thing with this album. And I really want to always do that, because like we talked about, you know, are you sick of the songs? And I think if you write from that true place in your soul, you won't really get sick of the meaning of the songs, because it's part of you, you know. So that's I don't know, that's my answer. I think that made sense. So
yeah, it does. That's really cool how you've managed to completely write unfiltered. I feel like a lot of artists struggle with that.
Yeah, that's the vibe, and I learned a lot of that in cognitive therapy that I went to. They really help you work with controlling your mind or separating yourself from your thinking mind, and it's very important for that kind of stuff. So
yeah, that's really sick. Right. So how do you recommend your fans to listen to this album for the first time? Should they put it on in the car with friends? Should they blast at a party? Should they work out to it? What do you personally recommend?
You know, I would say however you like to listen to music. You know what I mean? Like I like to listen to an album either in the car. Honestly, I like to listen to it in the car because it's immersive. You're like, you know, surrounded by it. You get the windows down or whatever. You know, go get a coffee or whatever you go do. And but I'm a big fan of like late at night, putting on headphones in the dark, and you know, so you're in the dark, you can't see anything. It kind of heightens your senses, I think, in other ways. And then, you know, if you heighten your senses in other ways as well, you know, smoke or whatever you're doing, you know, listen to it that way as well. I think that's really cool as well. I enjoy listening to music. So, but then, you know, if you put it on at the gym, that's killer too. If you put it on hanging out with your friends, maybe you're, you know, what? Yeah. There's no wrong or right way. We're like, it's like a Reese's, right? There's no wrong way to eat a Reese's.
Basically, just listen to the fucking album.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you personally listen to the album for the first time? What was that like?
In my car.
Okay.
And you know, I had mixes, so I heard it. I heard it over time, you know. But then when fully together, I think I got in my car and drove around and listened to it. And I don't know if that's just something, you know, that I've always done. I've always, you know, you do a car mix. That's part of like what you do when you get a mix, and then you know your car, you know how it sounds, so then you can say, cool, this sounds good, or this is weird. And usually when I listen to whoever, you know, it sounds differently, or this album sounds differently. So yeah, that's usually where you really know the speakers, because you're in the studio and their speakers sound incredible, but you're like, this isn't. Nobody has, you know, a wall of speakers in front of them. You know, so you got to check it on familiar things. So yeah, my car though, that's my spot.
All right,
that's good.
So this question should be super quick. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words, no more, no less.
School of thought.
No.
Try again.
Did you say I couldn't do that? In 3 words, no more, no less. I mean, this is Ded.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah, I'll take that.
We'll take that one.
I accept that. Yeah.
All right. I haven't had any coffee yet. Sorry, guys.
Oh, you're doing great. I didn't even know. God.
Yeah.
So is there a certain feeling or emotion you want this album to invoke in your listeners?
I want it to be whatever it is, you know, to anybody. I don't want to force it. Again, that's where, and I almost feel bad when I said it earlier, when I said I don't care if people like it. I do care if people like it. It makes me happy. But I'm not. It doesn't kill me. I want people to be honest with it, and if they like it, you know, just like anything, just like any piece of art or piece of anything, I want people to like it if they like it. I want it to. I think there's different vibes on it, so I want certain vibes to evoke something from somebody, and then I want other ones to evoke something from somebody else. But I only want it to do whatever it organically does. I don't want to force it. I would never want to do that. I don't want to do that with music. You know, I don't want to do that with art. I hope it just affects people however it does, you know, like a good, you know, to me, a good movie or whatever, like if it's a good, whatever, if it makes you feel happy or it makes you feel sad or it makes you feel, you know, disgusting, as long as it's affecting you, then it's good. Usually, you know, in some way it's good. It has some, if it doesn't make you feel anything, and if it's just down the middle of the road and it's just nothing to you, then that's a bummer, you know? So I hope that it's a bit polarizing in that sense where, you know, it just affects people in some way. That's all that I would like, you know?
All right.
Yeah.
That's good.
What is your favorite memory that you made while creating this album?
My favorite memory. Living in Las Vegas for 3 or 4 months. I never really lived anywhere else. Well, I've moved now from Phoenix, but I lived in Phoenix my whole life. And I always wanted to move somewhere and I never did. You know, just because I was always in a band or I had something happening there. So I really loved living in Las Vegas and and kind of getting to know my way around there and having it be a little bit of a home and stuff. I guess that's a personal thing. I don't know if it was supposed to be band oriented, but just it was an experience, you know.
Mhm.
And that's why we wrote the album. And so I think that, you know, your environment is such an important thing. It really influences everything about your day, you know, everything about what you do. So that was cool. That was really, really cool to live out there and spend that much time with Kevin Churko, who's a legend. He's worked, you know, with everybody, and he's just an awesome. Becoming friends with him and learning from him was amazing. So just really the whole thing was great.
Oh yeah,
That's good. Very happy to hear that.
Yeah.
For this question, I want you to picture you're on tour, because you are. You're going into a gas station for a rest stop. What is your snack of choice?
Oh, damn. Probably the what is it? The white cheddar smart pop.
Oh,
Oh.
yep. Taste.
And then probably a peach Snapple with it.
Oh my god. Yeah, for sure. Correct answer.
Correct answer, right? What
Yeah.
are your guys? What are your guys' one snack at the gas
You
station?
go.
The Lay's dill pickle chips and a bottle of Sprite cranberry.
Oh, all right. Nice. I haven't had the dill pickles. I'll have to try that.
They're so fucking good. You have to try
They're
it.
pretty good. Yeah. And I'm probably just sour gummy worms with, I don't know, probably Snapple. Snapple would be good. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I love sour candy too. It's
Oh,
awesome.
they're amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you see the band in the next 5 years?
Playing on Mars,
Yep.
somewhere up there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, you know, growing, you know, and that does just mean getting bigger, but getting bigger, growing artistically, growing as people, you know, growing and then, you know, growing as well, getting bigger. I think 5 years is hard to say. Yeah, I know you're supposed to have a 5-year plan or whatever it is, but I try to stay in the present moment as much as I can. In that present moment, though, you're supposed to make plans, and yeah, I would just say, I don't know, you know, it's hard because the band started about 5 years ago,
Mhm.
and at the beginning of it, there's no way in hell that I would have known that I would be here doing what I'm doing right now, talking to you guys about what I'm doing. So you can make plans for life, but life is just going to be what it is, you know, inside of those plans. So it's like I could say what I think it's going to be, but I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
could be,
Mhm.
it could be, it's probably more grandiose and more amazing than I could ever imagine, because that's what life always seems to be. I make plans for things, and it's never that, but it's always wonderful. It's always what life has given me, and it's always amazing. So
Okay.
That was very wholesome. Yeah.
All right.
Very nice.
I'm in a good mood today. You caught me on a good morning. So
Hell yeah.
I'm very happy to hear that. Let's go.
Glad you weren't mean to us this morning.
So for these last couple questions, we're actually going to shift away from music, if that's okay with you.
Sure, of course.
Sick. So we're going to go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row. Yeah. So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
With a drink. Oh, I've
Mhm.
had this conversation many a time. And I've been eating pescatarian now and like more conscious and like that, but I wonder if my last meal, if I would
Yeah.
do that or not.
Yeah.
I might revert. But you know what? It would probably be some awesome barbecue.
Mhm.
You know, I'll stay inside of what I'm doing right now and everything. I would have just some barbecue, you know, some barbecued salmon, some barbecued Beyond Burgers, baked beans, you know, barbecued chips, coleslaw, you know, that kind of thing. Just like a Sunday afternoon with you know, with a grapefruit Sculpin IPA, probably maybe like 5 of those. And then, you know, that would probably be my vibe, like a Sunday afternoon barbecue. It's a fond thing, you know, growing up with barbecues, and we do it now Maria and I do barbecues on Sundays, and we really love that. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
barbecues.
So if you could live in one fiction world for a week, where would you live?
Fictional world?
Yes.
Mhm.
At the Avatar place, the Avatar world.
The blue people or the airbenders and firebenders?
Is that the up, like when you're up, like connecting your hair to the thing and flying around?
That's Avatar. That's Pandora. I believe that's the world.
That's the one. I want to fly around with those dudes, and I just want to hang out on that tree. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I can get both or not, but yeah, that's what I want.
Okay.
That would be sick. I know that's where Maria would want to be too. So I just want to be wherever she is. So.
All right.
Oh, it's good. So
it's fine.
It's pretty cool, and it's like super vibrant there. There's so much to do.
It's incredible, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I have the honor of asking the last question. Every single person we've spoken to has actually said it is the most important question. What is your favorite color?
Blue.
Okay.
Specific shade.
Oh, like a kind of like a, not too dark, but like a bit of a dark blue. A bit of a dark blue, but not super dark. That's calming to me, and I'm always looking for peace, and I'm always looking for calmness when I'm by myself, when I'm away from everything. I want to just always be chill, and I'm a Pisces too, so I'm like a water sign, and I like blue.
So as Gloria said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Oh yeah, just School Thoughts out. It helps a lot if people save it to their streaming service. And there's physical CDs and physical merch bundles at our Merch Now store right now, and it comes out November 19th in record stores as well. So if you want to get the CD there, and we're working on vinyls. So people keep asking about that, and they just take a long time to do. So we'll have those as soon as we can. And thanks for having me on. I had a lot of fun with you guys. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you for now. That's been Joe from Ded, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.